Hello everyone. I might have to take back a couple of the mean things I said about create audio cells. Not all of the mean things because, the circuit board was too tall to fit in any of my other cases. It would only go here. That's real. There's no excuse for that. And it came with too short of a power cable. I was able to learn a few things about it though. No thanks to their website, which the website looks really cool. But as far as providing information, the information was there, but not in the place where you would think to look for it. Anyway, I was griping last time about the fact that the lowest value on these pots is not 0. Well, it turns out that is only true in quantize mode, where you have a 2-volt range on this pot, which is quantized to 2 octaves of chromatic steps. And for some reason, they put a 2-volt offset, so they are 2 octaves apart from each other, and that makes sense, because you might want to sequence a bass and a lead, which I have done in the patch we're going to listen to in a minute. But for some weirdo reason, the low one starts at 2 volts, and the high one starts at 4 volts. So they have a 2-octave range, and they're offset from each other by 2 octaves. But why not start the low one at 0, and then the high one at 2? I don't get why you pitch them so high to begin with. Anyway, in free mode, you get a full 0 to, I think, 10 volts on that pot. And woo, if you turn it really fast, then it scales up quickly and you will hear digital artifacts. But if you move it slowly, you can't hear them. And it is a breeze to tune in quantized mode. You just select a step, you hold down the button, and when you're holding down the button, it outputs a gate so you can hear your oscillators if you have them plugged into the gate. It's nice. So I'm torn. It's like it's cool, but it had problems. But the way it works, I'm more satisfied with it now that I've been using it. I think I'm going to lean on this module heavily from now on. But what we are hearing is grids. And let's see, the reset is firing T-kick just on beat 1. And then channel 2 is doing snare, which I have like that little click, like a clave click actually. And then of course channel 3 is firing hat, and I'm using an output from the Hypster to control the decay time on a hat. And then Cellz, I tuned all of the steps, and this way to the left is being clocked by the reset. So every time T-kick fires, we also get it shift 1 row this way. And then the down to the right is being clocked by channel 1, which would ordinarily be the bass drum track coming from grids. And let's see, I have Lifeforms playing bass. Turn that up. and it is receiving a gate from Cellz. So every time Cellz receives a clock, that gets passed on to the gate output. So each time the pitch changes, Lifeform's envelope fires. Now Rings is also receiving CV from the other channel of Cellz, but it is being plucked by a branches output that's a chance distribution of grid's accent out. And if I turn that up, there's Rings. Plaits is down here, and Plaits is receiving the same CV that Lifeforms is receiving, but slewed through one side of the Bifeco Rampage and being triggered by another less probable gate from the same source, the accent from grids going through branches, and that's this one. See how musical that is? See how musical that was? This is why I'm willing to forgive the many crimes of Cellz, because I like what it does. Anyway, that's it for this episode. Thanks y'all for watching. If you have time, you could check out my Bandcamp and listen to some music. You could check out my Patreon and look at some of those furry cartoons that I told you about. And that's it. You could also click like and subscribe right here on YouTube if you feel like doing that. But whether you do or not, I appreciate your time and your attention, and I will catch you next time.